My sophomore year of speech and debate, I picked out a piece for my performance of a humorous interpretation. The piece I picked was titled The Whore of Mensa, and I really hated that piece. The humor in it I was not willing to do, and quite honestly, a lot of judges had a negative idea of my piece before I even started performing it just because of the title. But I learned a valuable lesson that year, that in order to do well in your performances in speech and debate, you really need to pick a piece that not only is good in general and has a solid storyline, but one that you as a performer personally connect to. Which leads us to our quote today, that whenever you fall, pick something up, which I interpret as meaning that failure strengthens us, because failure teaches us how to succeed, and because failure inspires us to work harder. First of all, failure teaches us how to succeed. We can see this with Thomas Edison. Now, this inventor tried for many years to perfect his light bulb invention. Now, even though he continually failed and failed and failed, these failures, so to speak, were not a waste of time because they were teaching him how to make the correct light bulb. So even though he continually failed, from each failure he learned ways to eventually succeed. So his failure continually made him stronger. Another way that we can see this happening is in the Disney movie Hercules. Now, in one of the songs of Hercules, it features Hercules as a young, scrawny boy training. And now, at the beginning of the song, as he's training, he's trying to do these drills and he's just failing miserably. However, as he continues practicing and continues failing, he becomes stronger as a result, and also learns how it is that he needs to continue working and to get better. So, his failure strengthens him as he continues going on because he learns from each time, and ultimately he's able to become a hero. He's able to become a hero because he was willing to fail, and it taught him how to succeed. So, we can see that failure teaches us how to succeed. And it also inspires us to work harder. One example is in the newest adaptation of the Hulk, and the antagonist of the movie, who eventually is called the Abomination. Now, this man, a soldier, while the antagonist of the movie, teaches a good lesson, which is that when you fail, it drives you forward to success. Now, he starts to take these stimulants to help him battle the Hulk, and after he loses one of the fights with the Hulk, they ask him how he's doing, and he responds pissed off and ready for round 2. So, even though he continually fails against fighting the Hulk, each failure drives him on to work harder and harder to defeating him. Now, his means of obtaining success are questionable, and which is the reason why he's the movie's bad guy, but the lesson is that when we fail, it teaches us more and more how to succeed. We can also see this in the movie Rudy. Now, Rudy is about 100 pounds, but he had a dream of playing football at Notre Dame. Now, he continually worked hard and saw very few results. However, even though he continued failing, that dream, coupled with his continual failure, kept him going. He kept going strong, even though he was failing, because it only increased his desire to succeed and to get out onto the field of Notre Dame more and more. So, ultimately, Rudy does actually get onto the field and gets playing time on the team of Notre Dame because failing at playing football drove him to work harder, and that work ethic ultimately got him out onto the field. So, when we look at the quote today, "Whenever you fall, pick something up" by Oswald Theodore Avery, we can see that failure strengthens us because it teaches us how to succeed and because it inspires us to work harder. So, I learned a valuable lesson from my humor 10th grade year, and I was sure not to repeat that. And thus, my junior and senior year, I picked pieces that were more suited to me, and thus I was met with a lot greater success.